What if I told you your cat knows their name with pinpoint accuracy, but the decision to ignore you is not a default, it's a calculation? You're cracking open the cognitive science behind the most frustrating mystery of the domestic cat. We're going to use advanced research on selective auditory processing and learned relevance to prove one stunning truth. Your cat isn't ignoring you. They're simply conducting a sophisticated return on investment (ROI) analysis on your request. And most of the time, you just don't make the cut. Get ready to have your understanding of the common house cat completely reset. Let's start with the facts. The foundational proof comes from the incredible architecture of the cat's ear and brain. A. The superior sensor. Your cat's hearing is, frankly, better than yours. They can perceive sounds up to 64,000 hertz, nearly 3 times the range of the average human. But more than volume, it's about precision. A cat can rotate its pineye, those external ear flaps, 180 degrees using 32 individual muscles. This allows them to precisely locate the source of a sound to within 3 inches from up to 3 feet away. When you call their name, they know exactly where you are. But can they decode the specific sound pattern that is their name? In 2019, a groundbreaking study from the University of Tokyo provided the undisputed answer. Yes, absolutely. The researchers played cats a series of 4 common nouns spoken by their owner, followed by the cat's actual name. They didn't look for a visible reaction like a head turn. They measured a much more honest response: cognitive processing. They were looking for an event-related potential, specifically a brainwave called the P300 component, a surge of neural activity that indicates recognition and memory recall. The result was clear. After hearing several neutral words, the brainwave surged when the cat's name was spoken. This means your cat's brain isn't just hearing a sound, it is actively discriminating the sound that is relevant to them from a background of noise. So, when you call mittens, and the cat's ear gives that little twitch, but the body doesn't move, that twitch is the equivalent of their brain saying, "Notification received, processing." We now know your cat hears and recognizes the stimulus. The question shifts from "can they" to "why won't they?" The answer lies in the psychological principle of learned relevance and the economic concept of operant conditioning. A. The human-dog versus human-cat dynamic. Dogs are conditioned to respond to their names because for 15,000 years, the return on investment, ROI, has been virtually guaranteed. Responding means immediate food, praise, a chance to play, or avoiding punishment. It's an infallible reward system. Cats, not so much. A cat's relationship is less about cooperation and more about cohabitation. Their name is simply a key stimulus, a cue that predicts a potential outcome. B. The cat's ROI formula. Every time you call your cat's name, their brain runs this calculation. If response expected minus effort required is greater than reward received, then ignore. Let's break down the variables. Effort required increases if they're asleep on the sunniest spot on the highest shelf. It decreases if they are already right next to you. Reward received is the crucial variable. What happens when your cat does respond? Do they get a high-value treat, a satisfying play session, or just a head pat and a vague, "good kitty," followed by you going back to your phone? Your cat is not a dog. They were not domesticated to serve a function like hunting or herding. They essentially chose to domesticate themselves because humans provided reliable food and warmth. Their response mechanism is purely transactional. If 9 out of 10 times you call their name, the result is boring or non-essential, the neural pathway linking name call to need to respond becomes weak. This is not laziness. This is hyper-efficient, evolutionary-driven cognitive economizing. Your cat is lying by omission, pretending not to hear you because your ROI isn't high enough. They are, in fact, incredibly sophisticated. But the deception runs deeper than calculated ignorance. It involves strategic manipulation of sound. Your cat doesn't just know their name, they have specific vocalizations designed to bypass your cognitive defenses. A. The solicitation purr. Forget the gentle purr of a happy cat. The solicitation purr, identified in a 2009 study from the University of Sussex, published in Current Biology, embeds a high-frequency cry inside a normal purr. This frequency, roughly between 220 and 520 Hz, closely mimics the sound of a human infant crying and triggers an automatic caregiving response. When your cat wants food, water, or access, they use a sound engineered by evolution to exploit your subconscious instincts. It's a psychological cheat code. B. The contextual meow. A cat's meow is not a universal language. Adult cats rarely meow to each other. Meowing is primarily for humans. Short, high-pitched meows signal greeting. Drawn-out mid-tone meows signal demand. Low, insistent meows signal crisis, often involving the litter box. This is learned strategic communication. Cats are fluent in human behavior and only speak when the ROI is undeniable. Before you conclude your cat is emotionally detached, consider this. Cats do not use humans for guidance the way dogs do, but research shows they use humans as a secure base. We are not commanders, we are stabilizers. One of the clearest signals of this is the slow blink. You call your cat, they don't move. They look at you and slowly close and open their eyes. This is not disinterest. The slow blink is a deliberate signal of trust and calm. It means your cat heard you, recognized you, and chose not to move because they felt secure. They didn't ignore you. They responded socially. So, how do you fix the ROI problem? Stop wasting the signal. Don't call your cat's name without purpose. Pair the name with high-value outcomes, like food, play, or freedom. Reward the act of coming, not restraint. Over time, the equation changes. Responding becomes worthwhile. The name stops being background noise and becomes meaningful. In conclusion, your cat was never ignorant. They were evaluating you. You weren't ignored. You were assessed. The myth isn't that cats are aloof. The myth is that obedience equals intelligence. Your cat hears you, knows you, and understands you. They simply expect a fair return. And when the return improves, so does the response. The question is, are you ready to pay up? Don't forget to like and subscribe to decode more of the animal kingdom's greatest secrets. The truth is always stranger than the myth.